Good morning, millionaires. Good morning, millionaires. Hope everybody's feeling incredible. My name is Haziq Ali. I'm a revenue acceleration coach. Our whole thing is helping you make more money. And sometimes that boils down to heart set. Sometimes it boils down to mindset. Sometimes it's a skill set thing. This morning, we're going to talk mindset. We're going to talk about a really cool way for you to make sure you keep on getting better. We're going to get into it in a minute. But right now, rep your city. Let them know, where you calling in from. Let them know what kind of business you have. And most importantly, how it helps other people. Let's go.
You have something special. You have greatness in you.
Facts.
Hello, this is Les Brown, and you're in the right place at the right time.
Facts.
Because we're going to bring the millionaire out of you. Just hold on.
Let's go. Y'all ready?
Thank you. Please announce yourself. All participants are muted. Entry and exit tones are off.
Let's go. Let's go. All right. Good morning, millionaires. I know you're probably calling in, or maybe you're tuning in from LinkedIn or Facebook. Maybe you're in one of the Facebook groups. Maybe you're in Twitter. Maybe you're watching on YouTube. But regardless, I want to wish you a good morning, millionaire. My girl Sade is in the house. My man Ken checking in. What's up, Dorsey Lynn? All right, Desiree's in the house. What's up, Vanessa? Let's go, Daryl. Coach Ashley's in the house. DFW Financial Services is in the building. I'm glad, Miss Raquel. We are glad to see you. So everybody might want to throw, this is your time to get some free promotion. Let them know what kind of business you got, Also, please like this thing. When you like it, Facebook starts recognizing that this is the kind of stuff you want to see. Yeah, appreciate that like. You can also comment, what kind of business you have. You can give some stars. You can share. I was just not telling them before we got to the live line, right? I was just like, the whole purpose of this morning show for entrepreneurs is to make it so that you can make more money. So it extends the life expectancy of your business. And one of the major things that can do that for you is criticism. Believe it or not, because a lot of times people think that criticism is bad. Criticism can be good or bad. It just depends on how you take it and how it's given, right? A good rule of thumb that I use is that if the person is given the criticism isn't given some kind of suggestion or a solution, then it ain't constructive. If they're just criticizing me and they aren't presenting a different way to do it, then I just let it roll off my back like water off a duck, right? On the other hand, if it is constructive criticism, then I receive it with open arms. I receive it with an open mind. Because at the end of the day, as an entrepreneur, I gotta be willing to learn and grow. Otherwise, my future is gonna look like my past. Am I making sense? Somebody say, and I know we said this yesterday, that's partially why I went into this today. Somebody type it in if you remember this. I'm already using my best ideas. And then put my in all caps. I'm already using my best ideas. And then give us a share. Share this with another entrepreneur. Somebody give it to me. I'm already using my best ideas. And then give us a share. Give it up, y'all. I'm already using my best ideas. That makes sense, Tina? Yeah, Ashley, let's go. Can't stop caking. I know that's right. Angel, what's up? Yahura, good morning. Yeah, appreciate that, Sade. I'm already using my best ideas. That's right, Desiree. I'm already using my best ideas. Let's go, Yuli. Yeah, Jackie Robinson. I'm already using my best ideas. Let's go. All right. So once you think of that, once you consider the fact you're already using your own best ideas, the whole mission starts to become, how can I absorb ideas from other places? And one of the ways you're going to get ideas is what shows up as criticism. Criticism is just the expression of disapproval. It could be disapproval of someone, or it could be disapproval of something based on perception, based on perceived faults, based on perceived mistakes. And there's a bunch of ways to handle criticism, whether it's constructive or not, whether it's in person or online. So, what I got for you is 7 different ways that you can change your trajectory using criticism. You ready, Vanessa? You ready, Mark? Yeah, Miss Wood. Good morning, millionaire. Let's go. Let's go. Appreciate you checking in. Appreciate you checking in. So here's the first one, y'all. Let's go. This is one of the 4 agreements. You knew this was going to come up once you heard something about criticism. Check it out. Number 1 is, somebody type this in. Don't take it personal. Don't take it personal. That's one of the 4 agreements for personal freedom. One of the 4 agreements for personal freedom. There's a book called The 4 Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz. This weekend at Advanced Sales Mastery, one of the people that I had on stage with me, she's amazing. Her name is Mrs. Joanna Quintero. She put that on her bookshelf list. You know, we each gave you 5 books that we believe can change your life. One of hers was The 4 Agreements, and I gotta agree. I can't believe I didn't include it on my own list. But the 4 agreements are: always do your best, never make assumptions, be impeccable with your word, and don't take anything personal. A lot of times when criticism is given to us, y'all, we get defensive because it feels like we're being attacked. But instead of taking it personal, try listening to see if what's being said is actually true. Start listening to see if what's being said actually makes sense. Then you can decide whether you're going to use it or not. The fact that somebody else doesn't approve or agree with what you're saying or doing doesn't mean they're wrong and you're right. It doesn't mean you're wrong and they're right. They just got a different point of view from you. And that's okay. As a matter of fact, that's always helpful, because if nothing else, you can get a feel for how people are feeling you. This person 9 times out of 10 is not making this up. This person 9 times out of 10 is not just bringing this up because they're nuts. This person 9 times out of 10 didn't just pull that from nowhere at all. Maybe there's some small thing you did that gave off that impression. Yeah, maybe they're going too far with it, but at least you see a blind spot that you didn't recognize before. Am I making sense? Never take it personal. Never take it personal. Here's the second one. Somebody type this in the comments and give me a share. Decide if it's helpful. Decide if it's helpful. We always say environment is stronger than willpower, right? But what I want to recognize is that environment ain't stronger than our thoughts. It's stronger than willpower, right? But it ain't stronger than our perception. What do I mean? I mean, at the end of the day, the reason we say environment is stronger than willpower is because certain environments will debilitate, certain environments will motivate. But guess who decides which one? Guess who decides which one? It's your decision-making ability that tells us whether this is a good environment or a bad environment. It's your ability to perceive. So when I say decide if it's helpful, what I'm saying is you're the one that gets to decide if this is trash or treasure. Really try and listen and see if what the other person is saying makes sense. See if it's applicable. Usually, when we know we're getting criticized, our first reaction is to shut the person off. Our first reaction is to defend ourselves. Our first reaction is to explain why the perceived fault that they noticed or the perceived mistake that they're pointing out wasn't really a mistake or wasn't really a fault. You got me? We start thinking of our rebuttal to justify why we're right and they're wrong. We start thinking of some kind of response, some kind of reason, some kind of excuse. Check it out. Somebody type this in the comments. Sometimes it's better to just be quiet. Type that in if you feel me. Sometimes it's better to just be quiet. Actively listen, take notes on what's being said, but zip it, man. Sometimes it's better to just be quiet. Check it out. If it's helpful, then we're going to treat it like dead weight and just let it go. I'm sorry. If it's not helpful, we're just going to treat it like dead weight and let it go. But if it's helpful, somebody type this in the comments if you agree. Eat the fish and leave the bones. Eat the fish and leave the bones. That's right, Dorsey Lynn. Sometimes it's better. Sometimes it's better, Daryl. Sometimes it's better, Sade. That's exactly right, Ashley. Sometimes it's better to just be quiet, Desiree. That's right, Tina. Sometimes it's better to just be quiet. What we're saying is, at the end of the day, man, sometimes we need to eat the fish and leave the bones. Maybe there's one thing that's valuable in what they're saying. That's a win. Here's the third one that's going to help you a lot. Somebody say, assume good intentions. Assume good intentions. Assume good intentions. Let's go, Shalonda. Assume good intentions, right? Assume good intentions. What do we mean? Not everybody has good intentions. But if we can assume that they do until they prove otherwise, what's going to happen is it suddenly becomes easier to handle whatever type of criticism is coming our way. Most people who criticize you in person or face to face, they usually got good intentions, because if they're approaching you, it's probably because they want to help. Y'all got me? Y'all got me? Oh, this is super good for talking with parents, bro. My man Jamal, if you're listening in on the live line, he was like, this is good when I'm talking with my pops. Absolutely right. Or when I'm talking to my mama, or when you're talking to, I don't know, your support team in your home-based business. You know, if they are good, then sometimes what's going to happen is they're going to have different points of view that you don't recognize. Don't you know that's their value? Check it out, y'all. If you're thinking the exact same way as your coach, if you're thinking the exact same way as your parents, chances are you're not doing everything you can do. Chances are you ain't thinking for yourself. You haven't really inhaled what it is they're trying to share and then blown it out like it's your own thought. You got me? Millionaires. Criticism that comes to you in your face, a lot of times is probably going to be constructive criticism. They probably have good intentions. The criticism that happens behind your back, that usually doesn't matter because it's already behind you. You got me? You know, Zig Ziglar used to say, he had this quote where he was like, don't be distracted by criticism. Remember, the only taste of success some people have is when they take a bite out of you. Katie Couric said, people who criticize often reveal more about themselves than the person they're criticizing. Both of those are really good food for thought. Here's the fourth one I got for you. Own it. Somebody say own it. Own it. Own it. That's exactly right, Ebony. At that point, you're just mimicking instead of developing. I told him in this podcast I just did the other day, Jeff. I was like, hey, if you ain't got no thoughts you scared to share, you're not thinking for yourself. All you're doing is collecting a bunch of thoughts and parroting stuff people told you. You're not thinking for yourself. You ain't really getting out here chasing feedback. You ain't really out here getting a feel for how you're coming off to other people. Man, I dare you ask a few of your customers why they bought from you. What made them say yes to you? What made them pick you out of all these other alternatives? I dare you ask for feedback sometimes. Number 4 is own it. Don't be so quick to justify yourself. Our human nature is to respond super quick to prove our point. Respond super quick to prove why we're right. But you ain't always going to be right, yo. And when you're not, what you want to do is own it. You want to embrace it. And then be willing to humbly receive criticism, especially if it's going to help you win. What's the goal here? To be right or to be rich? Somebody say, I choose rich over right. Somebody give it to me and then share. Say, I choose rich over right. I choose rich. I choose rich over right. I choose rich over cool. I choose rich over divorced. Right? I'm single, but you get what I'm saying? All I'm saying is take note of what they're saying and see how you can apply that thing to becoming the best you can be. I choose rich over right, Samad. I do, King. I do, King. I ain't gonna hold you. I choose rich over right, Daryl. I do. I choose rich over right, Ashley. I swear, I choose rich over being right all the time. I choose rich over right. Here's number 5 for you. Make criticism your fuel. The way I say it is use the fools as fuel. Use the fools as fuel. That might be another good one to type in. Use the fools as fuel. That doesn't necessarily apply all the way here. When I say that, I'm really talking about haters and people that are giving negative criticism, right? Because let's face it, not everybody's going to give you constructive criticism. The reality is haters going to hate regardless. The reality is misery loves company. The reality is you start to become a mirror for your family and friends. So if you start being too successful, they're going to start talking to you like, man, all that success, look at you just changing. Look at you just changing. You're changing. You know what I mean? People look at you strange and say you changed, like you worked this hard to stay the same. That's a Jay-Z quote. Check it out. The only thing you need to concern yourself with is not letting their criticism become your kryptonite. Use it as fuel to better yourself. Use it as fuel to keep pushing the needle forward. Let it energize you to learn more, earn more, be more, do more, so you can have more. You got me? Let it help you increase your superpowers. I hope I'm making sense to somebody. Use the fools for fuel. Use the fools for fuels. Right, my pockets changed. That's another line from this cat, Pusha T. You say, don't let money change you. That's how we know money ain't you. Money's gonna change you, you know? But the whole thing is, it's going to make you better or it's gonna make you worse. It's gonna magnify who you're trying to be inside. So if you wanna be a jerk, money's gonna help you be a bigger jerk. If you wanna be a devout example of God's light, money's gonna help you do that because money allows you to affect things without your physical presence. You got me? Here's number 6. Take it like a champ. Take it like a champ. What do we mean by that? If the criticism is good, take it and apply it. If it's not constructive or serving you, ain't no need to overreact, man. Take it like a champ. Always remain professional. Always say something kind like, thank you for your feedback, and keep it moving. There's no need to get all sour about it. There's no need to, somebody say this. Whenever you blame, whatever you blame, you empower. Somebody give it to me. Whatever you blame, you empower. That's a good one to write down in your notes and then give us a share. Share this with an entrepreneur you know, right? Whatever you blame, you empower. Whatever you blame, you empower. So we remain professional. We keep it G. We say, oh, thanks for that feedback. We keep on moving. Ain't no need to let it. I'm not about to empower this person to ruin the rest of my day. I'm a champion. I'm going to keep on winning, right? John Wooden, one of the most winningest coaches of all time, he was like, yo, you can't let praise or criticism get to you. Think about that. He was like, it's a weakness to get caught up in either one. The minute you start doing it for applause instead of a cause, their boos can stop you, just like their cheers can get to your ego. All right, here's the number 7. This is the last one I got for you. I feel like I kind of said this already, but I'm just throwing it out there. Use it as a learning opportunity, y'all. Use it as a learning opportunity. Use it as a learning opportunity, Samad. Use it as a learning opportunity, Sade. Let's go, Jackie. Use it as a learning opportunity. This is the last one I got for you, something for you to consider before we go do our affirmations. That's right, Samaya. All right, y'all. Yeah, Shalonda. All right, so let's get it. Let's get it. Use it as a learning opportunity. Good constructive feedback is always a great learning opportunity. And so is the bad feedback. Good criticism is usually a take when it's helping you be a better version of yourself, right? Or level up in a particular area because the person giving it is sincere about helping you grow. They sincere about helping you win. That's a good thing. But check it out. You can still learn from the negative feedback too. Can you dig it? Because sometimes there might be some truth in what's being said, even if they deliver it the wrong way. So always walk away with the positive stuff and leave the negative where it is. That's what I meant by eat the fish and leave the bones. Criticism, whether it's good or bad, y'all, is something that ain't never going to go away. So you might as well use it to help yourself. You might as well get used to it and learn how to walk away with the feedback. This is the last one I want you to type in your comments today. Feedback is a breakfast of champions. Feedback is a breakfast of champions. Disregard whatever you ain't going to use. Disregard whatever you can't apply, but get that feedback. I want to know in the comments today how you handle criticism. Like, share your advice. What's your best advice for handling criticism, especially if it's something we didn't cover here today? Can you throw that in the comments for me, Daryl? Hey, Ken, can you throw something in the comments to share with people your best advice on handling criticism? Somebody missed number 3 and number 6, but it's all good. It's all good. You don't like something, change it. That's right. You ain't a tree. Feedback is a breakfast of champions. That's exactly right. Feedback is a breakfast of champions. Let's go. All right, it's affirmation time, y'all. It's affirmation time. Call in right now. Call in right now. We're about to get busy. 2 most powerful yet shortest words in the whole English language, y'all. I am. I am. We don't do this part on the live stream. We don't do this part on LinkedIn or YouTube or Facebook or Twitter or all the other places we're at right now. That's not what we do. What we do is we do it on the line. So call in 667-776-9461. 667-776-9461. If the phone line tries to charge you money, then just hang up right away, and instead text message call me to that same number. Text call me to 667-776-9461, and it'll call you back immediately, and then we off to the races. Repeat after me, say it like you mean it. Here we go.